when I met Lamar, um, you know what I mean. He was. I'm not going to say the whole spur of what you just said. What I will say is this: when I met you, you didn't believe in yourself. I understand that you're saying is a fear, and that is a part of it. But the truth is the fact of when you met me, I think you started to see, yo, I could do this. I could do X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? That was already in you. You feel me? You could do it from the rip without me. But I think seeing somebody actually do it and be able to literally be side by side with you doing it made it 10 times easier for you to go through those experiences than it would be for you to just go ahead and learn by yourself. Because I didn't have nobody to learn by I didn't have nobody to learn like by my side, right? So if I could do it without anybody, I'm no better than you. I'm no better than anybody else on here. If I could do it by myself, I literally can't say you can't, right? But the difference is you came at a point where whatever, I guess, dominoes fell in place to where it was, okay, I'm going to show you X, Y, and Z. Now I get exactly what you're saying, and I think that the confusion is real, as all of us as entrepreneurs, whether you want to do reselling, phone flipping, if you want to be a model, if you want to open up a store, if you want to get a job or keep a job, right? But I will say this, bro, like it has nothing to do with the store. You know, I'll tell you this: phones aren't my passion. On like. Phones are not my passion. Fixing phones are not my passion. Selling phones are not my passion. Um, and that's where they used to be. But I think as you become an entrepreneur in certain phases, that's when you start to know, like, you really live whatever category you despise, starting to despise of. You really live that category. Like, I live phones, right? Think about it like this: the person, whoever founded the first T-Mobile, I'm sure the owner of that T-Mobile can't stand the sight of a fucking, excuse my language, can't stand the sight of a phone. Because it's like, I done seen so many phones, flipped so many phones, sold so many phones, seen people rob me over phones, seen people bring phones back that literally weren't broke and said they were. Like, I've seen every single scenario, so it's like I just don't like them because I already see, like, dang, this can happen and this comes with it, right? But here's where when you say certain things, I think of it like the point of where you're at in your life is interesting in my eyes, right? All of this is my opinion, and I'm learning through you in certain ways. I do not believe that your career as an entrepreneur or your career as somebody working at a job, I don't believe everybody right now on this live likes their job. I don't believe everybody's going to wake up tomorrow morning and say, I have a passion bagging up groceries. I have a passion sitting in an office picking up a phone. I have a passion picking up boxes and dropping them off at people's doorsteps. But you want to know why they do it? They do it because they feel like this is something that is going to put me in a better position. So it's like when you say that you didn't have a passion for something, it sort of kind of makes me feel like you're not thinking in a business sense, but instead of personal. Because
All right, so
you don't need to
let
have a passion for something to build it. Especially as an entrepreneur, you lose passion for a lot of things. It's like having writer's block, like you just experienced. You can have writer's block for years. You cannot like your business for years because you're sick and tired of it. You wake up and do the same thing over and over again. It's so tiring. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, interrupt me. Go ahead.
I don't. All right, so let's not use the word passion, right? Because even when you just said, 9 to 5 workers, where you're bagging groceries or anything like that, right? You don't gotta have a passion for that. And that's 100%. That's 100.
That was cooked.
That's a.
I cooked that shit up. I know. I cooked
I,
that shit up.
I gotta reword. I give you that. You feel me? So now I gotta. You feel me? So the minute you said that, I got a vivid. image of going back in that life and that experience and why I was doing what I was doing. There was no passion behind it, right? But I was doing it because I feel like I had to.
Mm-hmm.
I had to either get whatever paid, whatever this, then, and the third. I had to do that, right? And so I don't want to use passion with phones, but I feel like it was something I had to do, but I didn't really want to do it. You feel me? Something that I feel like, yo, I had to do this because if I don't do this, then where else am I going? You feel me? Like that's how lost and confused I was. Like now, if we have a conversation, of course, we already know that it's just like, do you want to do this? And I'm like, no, and I can go do something that I want to do. You feel me? I can work towards that. You see what I'm saying? And how I'm gonna get there depending on how hard I work. But I can always go do something. But back then it wasn't. It was like, damn, if I didn't do these phones, like what else am I doing? Am I just going back to a 9 to 5? Like what else am I doing with my life? What other path can I take if I'm not doing these phones? You see what I'm saying? So like that's what it was. Because even with the because using that, then it makes sense when it corresponds with my life, which is why I left every 9 to 5 or every job like that, because at a certain point, yeah, I was working it 'cause like, yo, damn, I feel like I have to do this. You feel me? I feel like I have to do this. But then it got to a point to where just like, yo, I really don't like doing this. Yo. I'm going to leave this. Like,
So
I
let me
don't
ask you
like doing
something.
it.
Hold on, let me ask you something. You saying that, right? And every job
Mm-hmm.
that you left, you went and got another one, right?
Yeah,
And what happened to that one?
the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It was a cycle that I was going through in life. It was a crazy
Why do
learning
you say
cycle.
it
To where
was a cycle and not it is a cycle?
you said what happened?
Why are you saying it was a cycle and it not is a cycle?
Because certain stuff changed, certain variables changed to where it's not the same cycle, to
Do
where
you
it's
do you
not.
really believe that though?
Do I 100% believe that? Do I 100% believe that?
Yeah.
Yes, I do, because when I was going through that cycle, I was lost. I was just going through. I didn't understand nothing. That's why I kept on going through that cycle for a reason.
Okay.
I already cut different parts from the cycle, which is why we're not working together right now when it comes to that or anything like
Well,
that.
it
It's
don't have
certain
nothing to
parts
do
that
with me because technically,
no, I know that.
technically, hold
Relax.
on, no, 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 no.
Hey,
No,
cycle.
I
If you ask,
understand. Bro, what's that?
you ask me, the answer was not over. No matter how long it probably was, it's not over. Pause. It's not over.
What pause was that? Well, go ahead.
Don't no speak on it. But at the end of the day, but yeah, so like that's why I said not the same cycle, because it's not repetitive. That cycle I was going through was like very very bad. Like it was to the point that every day I would literally apply to like 20 different jobs on Indeed. Like I felt like I needed this. Felt like I needed this. Like that was the cycle I was on. I felt like I needed this. Like I wasn't ready to let go. I wasn't ready to to grow some balls. You feel me? And just go. You feel me? Like I know I can do it. You feel me? Still self doubt with that. You feel me? And I'm not even gonna blame anything on mental and things like that, even though that can contribute. But that's not even about that. You feel me? Because like that's just something personal in general. You see what I'm saying? That and I'm a damaged person. I definitely am. You feel me? And which is not an excuse
The
as
best
well.
people are
But
damaged people. Everybody's damaged. So the best people are
not.
damaged. You see what I'm saying?
That's definitely 100.